Ian.
Dave.
Donnie.
Ian. Dave.
Donnie.
Donnie, they just got dial-up in Florida.
One of the gators is chewing on the lines, guys. Sorry.
It happens. It happens. They sprinkled some bath salt on it, and the gators just go right for it. You know, you can't help it.
It's what happens. I'm sorry.
You're gonna have that thing turned into jerky
Didn't we talk
by
about
the
the
morning.
reverse Midas touch that I bring to everything?
We hear you there. Yeah. All right. So the reason we're here tonight is because Donnie posted. Well, Donnie, your Twitter timeline is fantastic. First of all, and you posted a tweet about Birdman, the rappington rapper Birdman, and his automotive ownership, or the cars in his music videos, right? And this goes back to a complex article that shows the complete guide to cars in Birdman videos. And I saw that tweet, and what I said was, I want to know where the Donnie and Birdman overlap is, right? When it comes to automotive ownership, because you have quite the car history. Birdman has quite the car history. And if there's overlap, I want to know, right? And so for anyone who doesn't know, would either of you care to describe Birdman and his Rappington musics? If not, I'm fully prepared.
He is the number one stunner. That's really all you need to know about Birdman.
If you want rap music about maybe being rich and maybe having nice things, then that's basically it, right? He kind of has the market cornered on that.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So, I don't know if I have really sought out Birdman to listen to, but I think he's always been in like the peripheral environment of rap, like that I've listened to, and just knowing that he's out there is entertaining, right? Because there's been news stories about some of his cars and him and stuff like that. So he's quite the character, right?
Yes. Yeah, when in researching this, because not only did I read the entire article, I dove into about 7 hours of music videos on YouTube. Okay. Because I had to question it myself.
Okay.
If that was correct.
Okay.
And my OCD brain went, well, we have to fact check this. and that led to about 7 hours straight of early 2000s rap music videos. And I will say we've come a long way since then.
We have.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we've come a long way since then. These things were so much purer back then.
No. This is the worst era of hip hop.
How do I mute Ian?
I can do it. It's fine. Ian, you're telling me you don't consider Rick Ross to be the greatest rapper of all time?
You know, it's crazy, but I don't. Obviously, it's DJ Khaled. I am someone you could easily classify as a Miami bass enthusiast, right? Because like I love Miami bass is the donk of rap music and like club music, right? It's strictly for the lulz, right? Let me see that Tootsie Roll. Really? I mean, you're getting what's on the box, man. Like, there's also that Miami bass song, Shake That Ass, Bitch. Let me see what you got. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is. Yeah. Right? But it is sort of the music equivalent of the Booty and Pizza Mustang.
Yes. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we appreciate you and your OCD brain, Donnie, and we appreciate you, I'm sure, not using any work hours whatsoever to do any of this research.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's a reason, and this is, you've made mention of this before, but there's a reason that all of my social media is protected. And it's because I don't want my corporate overlords taking a look at the timestamps of things. that are going on.
That's right. That's right. Anything potentially incriminating. I get it. I get it. Yeah. Not every tweet can be on a lunch break.
Yeah.
I get it. So how do you see this unfolding tonight, Donnie? What do you think we should do? What's the best ingress here?
Well, I have a PowerPoint.
Okay.
For you guys, if you would like to see, if you care to sit through a non-work related PowerPoint. Yes, that's right. The nerd guy made a PowerPoint. I know that's shocking to everybody.
I know. I mean, all day today while I was sitting through PowerPoints, I was thinking, you know what would really make this like kind of just like be a palate cleanser, maybe like later tonight, would be another PowerPoint. That's what I was thinking.
It's like a distiller who tastes whiskey all day, going home and having a beer.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly what I bring to the table for you today, Ian. and I hope you're buckled up, buddy, because it's gonna be a ride.
I am excited because I have no idea what's happening. So I'm in. Let's do it.
And that's different than every day. How?
Yeah.
It's not.
I say that with love, of course.
I love it when I commandeer the Apex Adjacent Twitter account for a brief period of time, and then all of a sudden, Ian's watching a PowerPoint.
Yeah. That's what happened.
All right. Okay. So without further ado, Donnie, the floor is yours. Yeah.
All right. So if we just want to jump in here, let's go ahead and do this. Provided there's not much lag on the PowerPoint here. So
my engine keep running till I'm running out of money. Stunting on D's bitches. D-E-Z bitches.
Oh my God. Like I said, I did 7 hours of research on this, so there's plenty of that throughout here.
I don't know if D's bitches has ever been typed into a PowerPoint template, but I'm here for it. I'm here to set records. That's all I'm here to do. Just putting up big numbers. Donnie putting up big numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I'll be doing, for anybody that's listening to the audio only bit, I'll do a little bit of narration. We'll kind of walk you through the experience, but yeah. Okay. All right.
I appreciate it, Dave. Thank you.
Not a problem.
So we're looking at automotive crossovers here.
Okay.
And not the Nissan kind.
Okay.
Between Birdman and myself.
I have to tell you, this is already more well laid out than 99% of the last PowerPoint presentations I've seen at work. Maybe 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to put together a fair number of PowerPoint presentations, and you're already, it's already like things line up.
Yeah.
You know?
There's gradients.
Just wait, it gets worse.
Okay.
I made sure that I could trigger everyone with OCD and things not being perfectly lined out later on.
Okay.
But I mean, we're looking at, as you said, Birdman, the Cash Money recording artist.
Yep.
And myself, who funds all of my bad decisions by selling shrimp out of a van. And whereas Birdman is the number one stunna, I am a disciple of number 3.
I was wondering how
I took a number 2 early.
I was wondering how long it would be before there was a Dale reference, but yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right off the bat, guys.
Just break the seal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And hot.
Okay. Get your roll on. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So as stated, this is from a list of his top 60 cars in music videos over 10 years from complex.com. And I don't know why I put a hyperlink in here because none of us are going to click on it and nobody watching on YouTube is going to click on it.
Just everybody frustrated at pausing and unpausing the video in YouTube.
Oh, I really hope someone does that. That would make my day.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. And the complete guide to Florida Man Donnie. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I'm shameless self-promotion right off the bat.
Absolutely.
Welcome to the Apex Adjacent podcast. I am Florida Man Donnie here with two guys who I invited along on my show tonight.
All right. Failing Motorsports is your Facebook. DM Petronuk is the Twitter, and Fail Inc. is your Instagram. Fail_Inc. How close did I come to nailing the last name?
Not even close.
No? Petronuk?
No.
Nope. Okay.
4 syllables. Petruniac.
Petruniac. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. We lost some vowels coming through LSI.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
So you guys know me, but does everyone else know me? I guess I should introduce myself, right?
Ian has his head in his hands. Ian, you can't tap out, man. One of my favorite pictures of Donnie, you laying in very sultry fashion on the hood of your second gen LS 400, 430? 400. Okay. All right.
Oh, yes, Dave. I will see you at the biannual retreat for Club Lexus at St. Croix, right?
There you go. Yeah. Club Lexus member. Yes, your honorary golf driver is in the mail.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, your invitation has been printed on a stork's beak and it's been mailed to you.
Nice. Okay.
So as you guys know, I am an endurance racer. I've worked for Toyota. I've done things for VinWiki, and I've been known to be the GM Rain Man.
Okay.
Because I can spout off RPO codes and basically decode VINs for cars just by looking at them. But my Toyota stuff got me started. I was started with Scion, and I spend my days in the Toyota booth at Daytona when there's races. I also get the joy of torture testing vehicles. And I have gotten to drive the Supra pace car.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is just fantastic.
That's a life well lived right there, Donnie.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah. And RIP Scion.
Yeah. And when I say endurance racer, I'm a class winning endurance racer. So you guys should be lucky that I'm coming down to your level here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Did we ever let you think this was the other way around? Our 129 YouTube subscribers know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
But to be an automotive enthusiast, personally, I think you have to have owned a car that could potentially kill you.
Okay.
And I don't mean like something somewhat sketchily thrown together. I mean something verifiably by the NTSB could kill you, like a Corvair Monza Spider.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, which music video did Birdman have a Corvair?
Oh no, this is still just about me. This is me gloating about me right now.
I know, but I'm just like picturing Birdman in a music video with a Corvair, like the dorkiest music video ever.
Oh, if I had things my way.
Hey, Mobb Deep had a Saab 9000 in one of their videos, so okay. Yeah.
Ralph Nader comes out with just a verse that is fire.
Nice.
But I know you guys are thinking now, okay, so yeah, he knows his cars, he works for cars. But what makes him Florida Man? I don't know. You ever had a boat suspended by an engine hoist in your driveway?
For the listeners, that's not rhetorical.
No, there's a boat suspended by what looks like 2 ratchet straps and an engine hoist.
Well, it's one ratchet strap around the bow of the boat.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
And if you notice, the engine hoist secured to a cargo van to keep from moving. So
air quotes secured.
I also appreciate that you disassembled part of your house to keep the engine hoist in place.
Yeah, Mama couldn't use the bathroom in the trailer because we took the box out from underneath it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Best PowerPoint ever.
You guys didn't know what you were getting into. And I told you, Dave, this is going to be the best PowerPoint presentation you've ever seen.
My
Oh, I'm waiting. So far it is.
All right.
Look at the fade transition, the mark of a professional.
Next slide, please.
I want Donnie with like a headset like Steve Jobs walking around in a black turtleneck and New Balance sneakers. Yeah.
I almost wore a black turtleneck for this.
Oh, yeah.
But then you remembered it's August in Florida and we decided against it.
Yeah, so I went and turned my AC down right before we started.
Nice.
So we're talking about the differences right now. Of course, Birdman had the typical early 2000s Ferraris and Lamborghinis and a bunch of Maseratis and Maybachs. And of course, it was all on dubs.
Got that shit on dubs. Yep.
Whereas I prefer the best Saabs of all, the ones that are made of plastic. I frequent Toyota vehicles, not just because I work for them.
Right.
I love the automotive cockroach that is the A body.
Okay.
And all of my Cadillacs have class.
Wait, we're looking at not a Harlequin Scion XB.
That is my 05 XB that was painted by an abstract artist.
Yeah.
Awesome, actually.
Yeah.
And of course, my two A-body wagons.
Sure.
Picture one is actually when I parked it behind the Corvette garages at the Rolex 24 10 years ago and accidentally forgot that the car was there because I started doing stuff for work or for work for the company that I work for during those events. And then, of course, the second one, the Oldsmobile that we took I bought it in Titusville, took it to Monterey, went from Monterey to Seattle and back on a Lemons rally. And we won a prize with that.
Nice.
Because we were stupid to do that. Of course, you can't mention a Cadillac without bringing up the one of 4 1986 Cadillac Cimarrons in brown with red velour and a 5-speed.
Amazing. You want to talk about rarity?
Yeah. Of course, with a Cadillac hearse on dubs.
Okay.
And that car is why I hate the North Star engine. And, of course, we've all had DSMs from second gen that experience crank walk.
Wow. Okay. That's quite the portfolio.
Those things are a nightmare, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to be a lot dumber with money. Now I'm just dumb in general.
It's more of a precision stupidity. Okay.
All right. Next slide, please.
So we're going to get into now the cars that we have in common.
Okay. Donnie and Birdman. Okay.
So these next, I believe it's 3 slides. It's almost 15 cars that we have in common between myself.
Okay.
And a recording artist.
Okay. Holla at you, boy.
I feel really good about myself.
Yeah, as you should.
They'll call the intersection of this Florida Birdman.
Florida Birdman?
Yeah, okay.
Florida Birdman.
Okay.
So, of course, you can't have an early 2000s rap video without gratuitous donuts.
Right.
And whereas he did them in an AMG Mercedes and a Diablo, he also did them in a Pontiac Trans Am.
No.
Yep.
Yes.
Because he's a patriot.
Now, I know you're asking yourself, but Donnie, how many Trans Ams have you owned? Well, I found pictures of 4 of them.
And you suspect there's more?
I know there's well over 2 dozen.
2 dozen?
Yes.
You've owned 2 dozen Firebirds.
I have a moment later on where we'll get into a moment where I owned 4 of them at the same time and none of them ran. So
I just want to point out to the listeners that Donnie just gave me the classic, I've got that coming up on an upcoming slide.
There you go. a staple
conversation about him and Birdman.
A staple of boardroom events, right? Yeah.
If you'll just hold your questions until the
end. We're not doing that. Okay. So I like that you like Birdman shows like one instance of interest in a in a Firebird, and you're like, oh yeah, you like Firebirds? What got you Firebirds?
And of course I started out with that because you start strong,
right?
And then and then you taper off and barely finish. That's the plan here.
I think that's how we do everything. Yeah.
So along with that, there was also a first-gen Cadillac SRX.
Okay.
And gratuitous use of the Cadillac Escalade.
Okay.
Naturally.
Ian, where is my Escalade parked in this picture?
That is parked in front of the You Pull and Pay lot, where I'm assuming you were buying some Haldex parts for your first-gen SRX.
Yes, actually.
You just no-scoped headshotted that, Ian. Well done.
Yeah. That picture was actually taken. We'll go off on a little sidetrack here. The first weekend that we ran the Chump Car race at Daytona, which was the very first one they did, I had a Saturn SC2 at the time that kept breaking axles.
Okay.
And the Escalade was my tow rig for that race.
Gotcha.
So, because we don't do anything that's not classy here.
Right.
So we had to go to a junkyard and bought 6 pairs of axles from all the Saturns that they had.
How many do you still have?
I've moved like 4 times since then. I keep throwing away Saturn axles that I find.
There's one guy that came to the junkyard after you that just needed one left axle. And he's like, he goes to Saturn after Saturn after. He's like, what? Yeah.
Donnie!
Yeah. The parts.
I should have left a note on the first one. Sorry, I took them all.
Right. The Saturn parts locust that is Donnie. Yeah.
Oh, and we're going to see later on how deep that actually goes.
Okay. But wait.
Of course, there's more.
Yes.
I can't wait to see how many Saturn Ions Birdman had in his music videos.
None, actually. None. I looked.
Shocking.
But Dave.
Yes.
You actually own a vehicle that Birdman used in one of his music videos.
A Lexus LS.
He used both the LS and the 400 and the 430.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
In music videos. Along with the Toyota Sequoia.
Okay.
And the Ford F350 Crew Cab Dually.
Wait, he had a Ford F350 Crew Cab Dually in his music videos.
Yes, he did.
What?
He didn't have the Yugo on the trailer, but I had to one up him.
Wait, hang on. Donnie, don't listen for a minute. Ian, have you ever seen Birdman and Donnie at the same place at the same time? I think Donnie's Birdman.
I don't think so, Dave.
Okay.
Could you imagine how terrifying my bad decisions would be if I had that level of funding for them?
Right?
God, that fire's gonna burn bright.
We would be right now racing in a Saturn Ion spec race.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
It'd be a whole series.
Yeah. And of course he had a first gen Hemi Charger.
Okay.
Makes sense.
As you would expect.
Sure.
Mine only had the factory wheels. He of course had spinners.
Yep.
So he one-upped me there. I may have towed a Yugo with my F350, but he had spinners on his Charger.
Gotcha. And you still have them on Firebird, so point's still firmly in your territory.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
We're way past this is getting out of hand.
This is the slide heading. This is getting out of hand. Really, Donnie? Yeah.
It really is. It really is. Because I did own a 911.
No.
996, 911.
What?
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. And in Birdman's videos, he's had multiple multiple B-body Caprices from the late 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, all lifted on dubs.
Yeah.
I make no apologies for mine having been a slab.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Complete with subs and trunk panel.
Yes, I remember this. Yes.
What is that sub box wrapped in?
It is. So slabs are a Texas thing, and I went to Joanne Fabrics to find like just something that made me think Texas.
Okay.
And it's a red and white plaid that every white square has a blue star in it.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Because the stars at night shine big and bright.
Deep in the heart
of Texas.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Okay. And
I also like that it says swangin'.
Oh, yes. Swangin' on bath salts.
On bath salts. I was going to say inside the trunk. Is that illuminated?
Yes. Do you think I do anything half-assed?
You do everything whole-ass, Donnie.
Don't, in the words of our Lord and Savior Ron Swanson, don't half-ass two things, whole-ass one thing.
Oh, man. Truer words have never been spoken. Okay.
So, along with the Caprice, or the Trans Am, in the music video, he also had a C5 Corvette doing donuts.
Okay.
I also owned a C5 Corvette.
Okay.
And mine was Florida spec. It was yellow with a beige top, beige leather interior, and an automatic.
That is Florida spec.
Yes, that is. And I bought it, get this, at an estate sale.
Yes. That is
now,
true.
did you have to get the alligator in the trunk, or did you have to get that separately, or did it come with it? Like, how did that work?
Well, no, I brought my own. So
Oh,
I just buckled her into the passenger seat for the ride home.
Right.
Oh my God.
Sir, here's your paddle for the auction. Wait, where's your alligator?
You got it.
Yeah, you're not allowed to go to estate sales in Florida unless it's BYOA. Bring your own alligator.
Florida estate sales have to be on another level, man.
Oh my God, they're fantastic. Like, you guys think you need to come down here to go to the school bus figure 8 races and that stuff like that? No, you got to come down and go to an estate sale.
Yeah.
Like if you want some quality one owner, like GM vehicles, that's where you go.
Yeah. You just roll over to the villages and just like start picking them up, huh?
Well, you start in Titusville and then you work your way west.
Okay. Man, Florida.
Florida is the gift that keeps on giving, and I don't understand why you guys don't believe me when I say that.
You're making your case, Donnie. You're making your case.
Next slide, please.
So he also had multiple Crown Vics. Now, his Crown Vics were all dressed up as either police cars or done as donks.
Okay.
Whereas mine is an ex-police car that now serves as my rallycross car.
Okay.
And that car has seen more airtime than a skateboard at the X Games.
How is it? How does a Crown Vic handle on gravel and subsequently in the air?
Well, in the air, it handles just like a plane. It's filled with rocks and doesn't have an engine. On gravel, if you can keep the back end sliding out, they handle just fine.
Okay.
I've got Blizzaks on it, which are snow tires. I think I'm the only person in Florida that's ever purchased snow tires on purpose.
Tire Rack calls you. They're like, "Are you sure?"
Right after I hit buy it now confirm purchase on Tire Rack, Amex called me and said, "We think there's suspicious activity on your credit card."
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And to go along with the Crown Vic, of course, he had multiple Jeep Wranglers.
Right. Yeah.
which is like a very like late 90s, early 2000s like rapper staple, I feel, right?
Yes, it was actually there were three cars that was a staple in rap in the early 2000s. It was the Jeep Wrangler, a
Escalade.
Mazda MPV.
What?
Yes, the Mazda MPV, and the Escalade.
What? Are you sure your glasses weren't dirty and it wasn't a Mercedes M class?
The Mazda MPV was done by, I forget the name of the DJ in New York.
As Bismarcky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did a whole album around the MPV.
Okay.
And the MPV caught on because the acoustics were so great when you put, your big subs in the back.
Sure.
You could blare your track and see how well it bumped.
Okay.
On while you were in traffic.
Gotcha. Is there
That's amazing.
Is there a Mazda MPV somewhere in this slide deck?
No, I only used pictures that I could find.
Okay.
And I've never personally owned a Mazda MPV.
Okay.
My mother has, but I have never personally owned a Mazda MPV.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So.
Yeah. So this is getting out of hand, Donnie. Okay. All right.
But that's it. That is where our crossover ends.
Okay.
As far as my cars and Birdman's cars are concerned.
So looking at the list, I saw some things that I thought would be sure shots, right? Bugatti Veyron. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I've owned three. I didn't want to. I've gotten to a point in my life where I don't want to tell people about the nice cars that I own.
Gotcha.
So
gotcha. I appreciate your ruse.
Thank you.
But like a PT Cruiser. One of those has never crossed your path?
I've never owned one.
Okay.
I've been on the hunt for the turbo 5-speed convertible. Because I would love to have that.
Right.
I've had access to them before. I've driven multiple of them.
Sure.
Never owned one.
Okay. And then also like the like an Infinity SUV. I figured that would yeah.
No, all of my SUVs have been General Motors or Toyota.
Yeah. Okay. So you threw me for a loop with some of these, Donnie, and I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
I enjoy this journey, but I mean, I'm kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop because of the tweet that you sent out.
That was actually the end of the PowerPoint that I put together. And then I realized, wait a second, this is the greatest PowerPoint ever, but it doesn't include furries. And we'll get to that later. But please hold all questions.
Please hold all your furry related questions to the end of the presentation. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. Yeah. Again.
That's at least 3 or 4 times a day, right?
Yeah. I'm tired of holding on to my furry questions. All right. Okay. So where do we go from here, Donnie?
Well, we have some choices. I could either tell you guys a story about how I really pissed off my HOA.
Okay.
Or why I hate Bring a Trailer.
Okay.
And I know you guys have seen me throughout the course of this, drinking a couple beers.
Right.
But where do I keep those on my desk, huh?
So this is a little bit of a choose your own adventure at this point.
This is choose your own adventure at this point.
Ian, what do you think?
I want to know about why you hate Bring a Trailer, because we've talked a lot about Bring a Trailer on the show lately. And I don't know, the latest thing that they did was an Eagle, whatever the fuck.
Eagles. Yeah.
Just the 4-door sedan. Yeah, with nothing special.
Yeah, right. with like 20,000 miles on it.
Premier, Eagle Premier, right?
The Eagle Premier,
Thank you.
yes.
Yeah.
From 1990. That's probably going to go for some absurd amount of money. But
Yes.
I want to hear specifically why Donnie is in a bad mood with them.
Well, it's not that I'm in a bad mood with them. They ruined my life. like Bring a Trailer walked into my house, dropped their pants, and pissed on my rug. And the rug really tied the room together.
Can I take a guess? Is it that you thought you had the market on like early 90s shit boxes kind of all to yourself, and it was sort of your playground, and now all of a sudden they came in and inflated all the prices?
No. So I had found at like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, I was sitting here perusing Craigslist, as one does. And this was a couple years ago.
I just assume you have 4 other Craigslist tabs open right now.
One, actually.
Go on.
And to completely derail things, like, I don't think Facebook understands how well they could weaponize Facebook Marketplace to me.
Okay.
But yet they choose to not, and I thank them for it.
Okay.
So I found on Craigslist a 1986 Buick Grand National.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Not a GNX,
Right.
Grand National.
But still, it's a Grand Nat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Air.
70,000 miles, daily driver, like driver condition, not restored.
Okay.
Had a couple dents, had a couple dings, looked great. Like, you could tell there was some wear on the wheels or on the steering wheel and on the seats.
Okay.
Guy wanted 15 grand for it.
Okay.
I didn't call him because in the ad it said no calls after 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, okay, this guy's retired. That's fine. He'll be up at 6:30. I'll be up at 6:30. So at like 8:15 the next day, I call him.
Okay.
And I'm like, do you still have it? He goes, yep, still for sale. It's sitting in my garage. I'm like, cool. I can't come today. I want it. Like, I'll see you tomorrow morning. He goes, all right. So that night, I did my work stuff and hooked the truck up to the trailer and got ready because he was down in Cape Coral,
Okay.
which I lived in Orlando at the time, about a 2.5 hour drive.
Okay.
I woke up in the morning, had the cash, drove down there, got to his house. The garage door opens and you hear angels. And it's this Buick Grand National that's just in beautiful condition.
Okay.
I literally drove the car up and down his driveway. Like, it's fired right up, went into drive, went into reverse. I'm like, I'm not even going to do anything. Just, I'm paying the guy. I'm leaving.
Right.
So I count out $15,000 on the trunk lid of the car.
Okay.
I'm not even going to negotiate with the guy.
Right.
I've wanted one of these cars forever. And to find one that I could afford, that wasn't just entirely blown apart,
Right.
was astronomical. And he proceeds to look at me as if I have 3 heads.
No, Donnie.
And I'm like, well, what's going on? He goes, well, where's the rest of the money?
No.
Your ad said $15,000. Yeah, I changed the price of it this morning to $40,000 because one sold on Bring a Trailer for like 110 grand.
Oh my God.
That Buick Grand National that was never registered and had like 8 miles on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Sold on Bring a Trailer the day before I went to buy this one. So he inflated the price because of Bring a Trailer and never told me.
Oh my
Did
God.
he end up selling it for 40 grand?
I don't know, but I still have his address. And according to the property assessor's website, the title of the house has not changed. So I'm waiting to just randomly get drunk one night and send him like 3,000 rubber ducks.
Oh, he might still have it.
Like I had never contemplated like actually murdering someone until that day.
Oh my god. That's awful.
So then, I mean, at that point, do you just like arm sweep the cash off the deck lid of the car back into the pillowcase you brought it in and go home?
I like how you think I took it in a pillowcase. This is Florida. Everyone has a duffel bag with a gold $sign written on it.
Oh, I was going to say, that's how I carry money.
Right. That makes sense.
What is this, Dave? Halloween and you're a teenager? No, we don't use pillowcases.
Oh, you're talking to the guy that brought one of those big glass water cooler things to the bank one time, full of change to cash it in. And it was so heavy, I just kept kicking it through the lobby, nudging it with my feet across their tile. So I may not be the one who knows how to transport money.
I have once worked at a branch, and I've had someone do that.
Uh-huh.
And on behalf of the teller that had to work with you, Dave, you're a terrible person. And we hope that you get explosive diarrhea.
Well, I've got another one that's filling up, so I don't know what to tell you. So let's take it back to cars. Besides me pissing off bank tellers, Ian.
Yes.
If you like, for what is like the most Birdman-esque car that you think you've driven?
The most Birdman-esque car that I've ever driven.
I've driven a C4 Corvette, not a 5.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it might be. I've driven a Ferrari F430.
Okay.
So I think that could be it.
Yeah.
One of those was used.
Yeah.
Surely.
Right.
I've driven my dad's. My dad has an 07 V8 Vantage.
Oh, yep. So Astons were in there on that list.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that would probably be it.
Yeah. Donnie, if you were to target one of the next, like what your next car in common with that list with Birdman, what would you want to target next?
So when we thought the world was going to end back in March, it's still March. Never mind.
Right.
It's March 171st.
Right.
For those of you playing along at home.
Right.
I was in negotiations with a company in Las Vegas, of all places, to buy a Ferrari FF.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the FF is the only Ferrari that I want.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And I've been told by a couple people that I am a supercar and a YouTube channel away from being a millionaire. And I think that's just because I make terrible decisions and I'm not afraid to share them.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
But so I was looking for an FF. Ultimately, I didn't buy it because I have a really hard time spending more than $5,000 on a car.
Right. Right. Right.
And that is slightly more than $5,000.
Just a tad. Just a tad.
Just a skosh.
You know, and like the thing is, I really want a Hellcat. I want a Hellcat Charger.
Okay.
But I can never bring myself to write the check.
Okay.
And if I can't do that with a Hellcat, something that I know that I can fix on the side of the road with a rock and a stick if I have to.
Right.
You know, there's no hope for me owning a Ferrari.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Especially not that one. Because I mean, the more complicated Ferrari possible.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's
Front
that
engine all-wheel drive V12 hatchback. What else could you want?
right, with the drive shaft like
that only works. The front drive shaft one only works in like third through sixth gear or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or yeah.
Yeah. The transfer case is only engaged when you're higher than 45 miles an hour or something.
Yeah. 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 I think it's that game where like as soon as you bring reason to the table, you can't buy the Ferrari, right?
Yeah.
Like the fact that you even had an inclination to start thinking about it. Like, I mean, I think you lose at that point, right?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff on that list. Go ahead, Ian. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say I want to take it in a different direction because there is some news that came out this week that fits very neatly into this intersection of kind of strange cars and hip hop and all of that.
Okay.
And that is that the Good Humor ice cream company commissioned RZA. I'm not making this up. Commissioned RZA to redo the ice cream truck jingle.
No.
Yes, it is a real thing. There's a link in the meets in the talkabouts.
What?
So it turns out that just like fucking everything else, the song that plays on the ice cream trucks is racist.
Oh, God damn it.
Right? We have nothing. It was played in minstrel shows.
Jesus.
That's how it gained popularity. That's how it became a song that people knew. But the good news is now ice cream trucks are going to play RZA. And it's a real thing. Like, he did it. And I heard about it on NPR.
So it's got to be true.
Yeah, he did it. They did an interview with him. He talked about his favorite Good Humor ice cream flavors. And there's a real jingle that you can listen to if you just go Google Good Humor jingle RZA. I promise you it's the only thing.
You're not going to get a bunch of other results.
No. So it's available out on YouTube. You should go listen to it. It's amazing. However,
that is fantastic.
It did give me an idea for an FMK cars, specifically for this episode, because I knew we were going to be talking about hip hop and cars, and we're going to do it right now.
Okay.
All right. So this one is called Wu-Tang is for the Children Who Are Next to Your Car. Cars with a jingle that will constantly play from an external speaker. And then so each car is going to have a different producer who's going to write a jingle just for this car.
Okay.
So obviously, to kind of make it similar, they're all going to have to be working vehicles. So the first one is going to be a Ford Transit Connect that will be you'll be driving it it'll have advertisements for a jewelry store. So you'll be driving some jewels around.
Okay.
LP is the producer.
Okay.
Of Run the Jewels, right?
Okay. All right. Great to advertise that you're transporting jewels.
Right? That's what you want.
Okay.
While also playing basically Run the Jewels. It's very literal.
Right. Okay.
All right. So the next option is a Mercedes Metris. You'll be working for a college bookstore. So you have a college bookstore on the side. Kanye is the producer.
Ugh. Boo.
And we'll say 2005 Kanye.
I like that in this FMK cars. Oh, go ahead.
We're talking Gold Digger Kanye, not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I went with college bookstore, college dropout. I don't know. Okay. All right.
I see what you did there, Ian.
Yep.
You see it?
Yep. Good job, Ian. Good job.
Gotcha.
The last one is a Ram ProMaster.
Okay.
You work for a graveyard, and the producer is Pharrell. And that's simply because I really hate that fucking happy song. I want to put anyone who plays it into a grave. That's as far.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, you can have a custom jingle by any one of those producers with those cars.
Okay. I think I have my mind made up, but go ahead, Donnie, if you don't. Yeah, if you do.
Oh, I get to go first?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. All right. So I will tell you right off the bat that I'm crushing the Transit.
Okay.
Solely because of my own hatred of Ford.
Okay.
And I refuse to own anything Ford or any Ford product that doesn't have a carburetor on it.
Okay.
So, and Dave, carburetors are those things that they used to have on top of engines that would squirt fuel in and mix with the air. It's not quite sequential multi-point fuel injection. It's a little bit more archaic than that. It's basically a metered fuel leak.
I'm the mechanical one out of Ian and I. I'm the mechanical one.
Yeah, but you're the one wearing a polo.
I'm a Lexus owner.
And
if it makes you feel better, we can duct tape a carburetor to the roof of it.
Yeah.
Make it a hood ornament.
There you go. Okay.
Okay, so you're crushing the Ford.
I'm crushing the Ford.
Which leaves the Metris with the Kanye beats or the Ram ProMaster with the Pharrell.
I'm going to marry the ProMaster because I've owned multiple hearses in my day.
Okay.
There's nothing about working for a funeral home that scares me.
Okay.
My first hearse I actually purchased from a funeral home while a funeral was going on. So I double checked the back of it a couple times to make sure I wasn't bringing home someone's uncle.
Just like, too soon? Yeah. Uh-huh.
So,
If you can unload this really quick, that'd be great because I got to get going.
Yeah.
So I guess for a day I'm going to deliver books and blast Kanye.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Dave, what do you do?
I think I'm killing the ProMaster because I can't stand Pharrell. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I'm marrying the Metris because I think that's like, I like old Kanye. Before, I like that this FMK Cars has a time machine in it. That's clutch to the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then for a day, I'm going to drive the Transit Connect, and I assume I'm going to be chased by robbers trying to get my jewels. So driving a Transit Connect at like 11/10, I think would be hilarious.
Yeah.
So
that's exactly what I had in mind. So that's why I would marry the Transit. Because that seems about right.
You want to always be running. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then I think I would probably end up for a day with the Metris because I am also not a huge Pharrell fan.
Right. Okay.
Although I do have a soft spot for Drop It Like It's Hot.
Okay.
As you should.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, Donnie, you had also mentioned that you may have some additional hashtag content.
Oh, of course. I can't come to the Apex Adjacent podcast without bringing you guys an FMK Cars.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and as you see, this one is titled "Take It to the Red Line."
And there's a red line.
There is a red line.
There is a red line. I've wondered what the red line was the whole time.
And I'm sorry, I just have to do this real quick. The thing that I have my beer on my desk is the center cooler out of Pontiac Aztec. So if you wonder how on brand I live my life.
Amazing.
What happened to the Aztec, Donnie?
I'm not going to talk about it because that came from a junkyard. The Aztec is probably now a Hyundai and a microwave.
Okay.
So I'm of course going to give you 3 cars here.
All right.
Each one is going to come with something that's street legal. And I'm going to give you a project car.
Okay.
And these are my cars.
Okay. You pulled that up and I was like, ooh, we're playing tic-tac-toe.
I basically want to know how you guys are going to live my life.
Okay.
All right. So your first one, your street legal car, is my silver 2006 Saturn Ion Redline.
Okay. And we're saying Florida street legal, right?
No, this car cannonballed across the country, allegedly.
Right.
So this is entirely street legal.
Gotcha. Okay. Yes. 50 states.
Yes.
Okay.
All of these cars could be registered. 2 of these cars could be registered in Colorado.
Okay. All right.
One has a continuous check engine light for multiple reasons.
Gotcha.
What are catalytic converters? I wouldn't. So the project car that you get with this one is my 944 Turbo.
Okay.
That does not have a Porsche engine in it.
Oh.
The engine that's in it is something that you would have to get running. It basically just needs the wiring harness made.
Okay.
And it needs a purpose in life.
Okay.
Is it from a Saturn Redline?
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Okay.
So car number 2 is my 2006 Saturn Ion Redline competition package.
Okay.
The car that I've been associated with since it had 4 miles on it.
Wow.
Yes. The project car that you get with that one is actually a twofer. You not only get the race Camry, which is the LS 400.
Okay.
But the Canyonero, which is the 454 powered GMC Suburban 2500.
Canyonero.
What smells like a steak and seats 35? Canyonero. and I actually got the monogram tag, and this is money well spent. The personalized plate for it is CNYN3RO.
Yes.
And it's on the Florida has, of course, the multiple charities that you can donate to with your license plate, as I'm sure Colorado does. This one is helping sea turtles survive. Because if I'm going to get 8 miles per gallon towing 10,000 pounds or with a gallon of milk in the passenger seat, I'm going to help the baby turtles.
You're trying to even it out. I appreciate the initiative. Okay.
The moral compass is right there.
Gotcha.
It's slightly off kilter, but it's right there.
Gotcha.
You also just need to be like throwing tree seeds out the car.
Just acorns. Yeah. Okay.
The Canyonero right now, the motor is in 100 pieces because I'm rebuilding the 454. And the Lexus is currently in the middle of getting a V8 and 6-speed swap as well.
Oh, okay. So it's not just a project car with a tow vehicle. It is a project tow vehicle and a project car.
Correct.
Okay.
In that picture, the only thing that doesn't need work is the trailer.
Okay. Yeah.
And actually, I think it needs new tires.
I was going to say, this is like the A plus B and then the whole thing squared. No, like A squared plus B squared.
A squared, B squared, C squared.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So any guesses as to what street legal car number 3 is going to be?
This is a Trans Am.
I'm thinking another Saturn product.
It is my 2007 Saturn Ion Redline competition package.
Okay.
For those of you listening, I have a problem.
Yeah. When you have more when you have more Saturns than I've had Saabs, you have an issue.
Well, they're all plastic Saabs, so they're good.
Right.
Plastic Saabs made in Tennessee.
And that one's almost a Viganish blue. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your project car with this one is my 2006 Saturn Ion Redline competition package.
Jesus Christ, Donnie. This is not a podcast. This is not a podcast. It's an intervention, dude.
Hi, my name's Donnie and I have a problem.
Yeah.
This one is actually a level 2 flood damage car, so it cannot be titled anywhere in the country.
Okay.
So its fate is going to be a WRL AER race car.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
So I've already purchased the seat bracket. I've called to have the roll cage made, and it's going to get a bunch of goodies from multiple companies to make it lower, faster, and stickier.
Wow. Okay. Okay. All right.
So welcome to my own project car hell.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But of course, there's a catch.
Oh boy. Okay. All right.
So if you want to drive the silver car and work on the 944, one day a month, you're dressed as a furry.
No, there's the first. There's the first.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay.
If you're willing to undertake 2 engines and a trans swap, your reward is weekly autocross or rallycross.
Okay.
But every Monday, you have the feeling that you fell out of the sky in a crown pit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Which, as you see that picture, is the classic, those Duke boys better start growing some wings, or at least flapping their arms.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. Freeze frame. Yes.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
You can just hear Waylon Jennings in the background, can't
Yes.
You
Yes.
definitely can.
I'm wearing Daisy Dukes all of a sudden.
Khaki Daisy Dukes? I appreciate this.
Golf khaki Daisy Dukes.
I don't think I want to see it, but I appreciate it.
Okay. Okay.
And if you decide that you want the Red Line Squared package,
Uh-huh.
every dog that you walk past is going to look at you very disapproving.
Oh, okay.
So basically, you have the 3 choices of emotional punishment, physical punishment, or mental punishment.
Man, Donnie, this is quite the FMK cars.
I put a lot of work into all of this.
Yeah, and it shows. You've made your decision, Ian?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Ian, this is navigating a gauntlet. Go.
It's not. It's easy. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Okay. All right.
We are going to we're going to crush the disapproving dogs and Saturn squared. As much fun as a WRL red line sounds, and that does sound fun. I don't think I can handle dogs being disapproving of me. I have enough of that with people. So I don't need that. So I'm going to crush that.
Okay. Okay.
For a day, I'm going to work on the 944 and get nowhere. I promise you. And I will dress as a furry that evening. Sure, why not? But clearly, the one you marry is the one with all the V8s in it. The V8s and the jumping. That's the one you marry.
No one has ever been so nonchalant about being a furry ever. Like either people are like, oh God, no, or they're like, yes. They're never like, sure, whatever.
There is no gray area with furries.
It's
There really is.
title. It's going to be the title of my biography. Ian, accidental furry.
Okay.
And as someone terrified of people in masks, costumes, like clowns, mascots, everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm going to stay away from you.
Yeah.
When you're in your furry costume there, Ian.
So
joke's on you. I mean, I walk around pretty much in a furry costume all the time. Just
dude, I'm Italian. I get it.
Yeah.
So Donnie, you gave me the project car that I want to work on most, right? Because you tell me that I need to figure out a weird wiring harness for a Porsche 944 and X engine. I'm going to want, like Ian saw what I did with our helmet radios to get the audio to dump to a recorder. Like there was a multimeters and all kinds of Amazon purchases of weird adapters and stuff. Like that's my jam. But the
furries, buddy. But the furries. I can't do it. I can't do it. I have a fear of people in mascot outfits, clowns, anything where I can't see their face. Not cool, man. Not cool. So I have to kill that one. And the project car part of that really kills me. So also the street legal stuff, like across the board, all ion red lines. That's fantastic. Who's a fan of front wheel drive turbos? Hello. Right?
Well, these are supercharged.
Supercharged.
That's why they're superior.
Thank you. Yes. Right. So I think I might have to do something I don't like, and that's agree with Ian and marry all the V8s.
Yeah.
And rallycross. And then for a day, it would kill me to get a disapproving look from a dog. But I would maybe just have to do that for a day. So yeah, I don't know. I would make the Lexus LS Caddyshack themed, and I would have little gophers that pop up out of it as you drive around the racetrack and go from there.
Because
Golf. Lexus. Yeah.
We've disappointed Donnie.
I was actually looking for a new theme for the car for next year's Lemons races.
Uh-huh.
And I think I've just found my theme, if you're okay with me stealing that.
1,000%. Yeah. 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 Caddyshack that mofo, Donnie.
Yeah, and then just get that 454.
I'd have to shave to look.
Get the 454 in the tow rig
like
fixed up so you can drive it to Colorado, and then we'll be on your crew.
Yeah.
I was thinking out and run the race at High Plains in June, the one that didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as long as there's not a global pandemic, we could probably make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a race somewhere halfway between us.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can make this work.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, I want to see that gopher on the LS. I think that would be a solid theme, man. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can make that happen.
Okay. All right. I'll go to all the thrift stores I can and round up old golf clubs and send them your way.
You don't need to do that. I can hit estate sales and buy them all. Buy all the ones that I need.
Florida, like that's all it is.
Like what do you think is like sitting along the ditch of the highways? Alligators, discarded golf clubs, and used needles.
I was going to say all the golf clubs there are just bent from beating an alligator over the head.
So random fact. I used to live 4 miles away from where Tiger Woods wrecked his Escalade after his wife beat on it with a golf club on, what was it, Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Yeah. Nice.
I used to run into him at the grocery store all the time.
Oh, okay.
He's a lot shorter than you would think.
Huh.
Used to run into Shaq at the grocery store too. He's a lot taller than you would think.
Nice. Well, Donnie, this was absolutely the best PowerPoint I've ever seen.
I told you.
Yeah. Your hard work paid off. Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm stunned, frankly. Stunned.
Yeah.
Never seen anything like it.
And you never will again.
No.
You've seen it once, you'll never see it again.
Yeah. I think Ian, from now on, all your work PowerPoints have to have furries in them, just snuck into the corner of something.
Oh man, I don't need that reputation. I've got problems enough at work. I don't need that.
Yeah.
I used to actually sneak giraffes into my PowerPoints.
Okay.
And then I got into a position where I was presenting to board members and very high-ranking officials, so I stopped that.
Yeah.
Smart.
The shenanigans have a ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Donnie, this was fantastic. I cannot thank you enough for the work that you put in, for the research. I mean, yeah. Like I feel like we need to get your W-2 and like say
Please don't. Please don't.
Yeah.
But no, it was a pleasure, guys. I appreciate it. I know we've gone back and forth multiple times on the social medias.
Yes. Yeah.
So, unfortunately, because of the global pandemic, I wasn't able to come out and do the Lemons Rally in Colorado earlier this year.
Yeah, I was looking forward to you helping me fix my Vigan. Yeah.
I know all the Saturn part numbers that you would need to break on that. So by hand or off the top of my head. So
nice. Donnie, I'm going to need you to whittle me an alternator.
Well, no, you actually go and get one for a Cavalier Z24 and then you just enlarge the mounting hole. And
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not that I've ever had to do that on the side of the road before.
Right. Yeah.
Definitely not speaking from experience.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, I hope you all enjoyed whatever this was as much as we did. But follow Donnie on the media socials. Probably Fail Inc. on Instagram is the easiest place, right?
Fail _ Inc.
Oh yeah, Fail _ Inc.
Instagram and Twitter is where I normally throw out the randomness that happens during my day. Like earlier today, I was over at my race shop and saw an albino peacock. When does that ever happen?
Not to us.
Yeah, never.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you want quality Florida content, that's where you go.
Yes. And for non-Florida content, usually just marveling at Donnie's Florida content.
Right.
You can follow us at Apex Adjacent. Yeah. Wow, everyone.
Real quick. Donnie, what kind of seat are you sitting on?
This
is
a Nissan 300ZX Turbo red velour seat.
Of course it is. Jesus Christ. All right.
I had a decent office chair, and I didn't work from home all the time.
Okay. And
then the pandemic started, and I went, well, I need something a little bit more comfortable. And we had just turned a 300ZX into a Lemons race car.
Okay.
So I went, I'm going to take these seats.
Gotcha.
So one is now my office chair. And yes, the headrest actually still goes forward and back, up and down, seat reclines, and sliders still work.
I like that. I like that we can zoom you on the meeting just by having you manually dolly yourself backwards. Okay. I'm sorry. I saw the headrest and I was like, yeah, we need to get into this for just a second. So
yeah, and one is also my my iRacing.
Oh,
setup.
Yep. See, there you go. Yeah. Nice. Well, cool. Again, thank you. And if anybody else chooses to make a PowerPoint even half as elaborate as Donnie's, you can't. So there. But you're welcome to try, But yes, it's always fantastic to talk to you, Donnie.
Yeah. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that I've never taken advantage of the Apex Adjacent crisis line during my multiple travels across the country. Because I don't know the phone number.
That's 720-515-1391.
You're welcome for the setup there, Dave. And you guys keep doing what you're doing. Maybe we'll see each other eventually.
Yeah.
In the meat space.
You got it.
That sounds amazing. In the meantime, we love you, everyone.